I chose the UREC Master's Program because I saw it as an international opportunity for me to learn about energy, but more specifically in the business context. So understanding energy as a market, not only with the actual technologies, but also the selling and trading of energy and what is the most best way to do that.
So in the first part, I've been studying the core of this master, which has given me some technical as well as economic basis for tackling environmental issues. In the second part, this has been more economic analysis and system optimization. And in the third part, I've been tackling my thesis in Australia, which is related to the production of synthetic methane.
I think it's very important to go to different countries, especially when you're learning about the energy context, because different countries have different energy profiles. So it's very interesting to learn exactly what the profile is and what is necessary to transition to more sustainable energy. So this experience definitely helped me expand my network, especially within the actual context of the classroom with my classmates, but also with the professors, as well as the different companies that we were associated with.
I'm really glad that I've followed this program.
Welcome everybody to this session where you join in to hear more about how to become tomorrow's energy specialist, possibly, which you can achieve by doing the European Master in Sustainable Energy System Management. In the next 40 minutes or so, you will hear about the program, all the details, as we have a great panel of speakers lined up for you. However, before we go over to them, I'd like to briefly explain to you some of the interactive options we have. My name is Luc Mulling, and I will be helping to moderate that. So first of all, I can see already a lot of people join in and said hello where they're from in the chat. That's great. Please do so. So we get to see a little bit of all the people and where you're logging in from. Second of all, of course, important for you is the questions. So if you have any questions, you can write them at any time through the panel called questions at the bottom, and we will be answering them in the Q&A at the end. Also, I will be opening up a couple of polling questions. I already did actually one, that you can see over there. So there's a question about your academic background. If you would like to fill that in, please, that is appreciated. So we, again, get to know you a little bit better. And we have a last fun fact, the fun part as well. You can write or click on emoticons. So we have at the bottom, there's a react button, and there you can click on the emoticon of your choice. For example, the thumbs up, we like to get those. So yeah, by way of interacting with us, do feel free to use that. So then we can see all are still there as well. Great. Well, without further ado, let's go over to the presenters. And we will start off with Natalie. She will introduce herself and her staff. And yeah, good luck.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. I'm Nathalie Richer. I'm from UREC, the Association of European Research Centers in Renewable Energy, and I'm the manager of the SESyM program. So warm welcome, and thanks to the speakers of each university that you can see here. Here is how we will spend this hour together. So I will start introducing, providing you an overview of the program. And then you will hear more about the core semester on the University of Applied Sciences and in the Technological University of the Shannon in Ireland. So maybe Corinna and Tony, you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Corinna Vogt, and I'm the program manager for the master in the Hanze University in Groningen.
Hi, my name is Tony Mahan. I'm the head of Department of Electrical and Electronic Engineering here in TUS Midwest, and I'll be talking to you later. The UREC Masters is housed in our department, so I coordinate the UREC Masters. So talk to you later. Thank you.
After the core semester, we will go through the 3 specializations of the program with Nicholas.
Hello, my name is Nicolas Bouquet. I am from Belgium, West University, and I'm actually responsible for the SESyM ICT specialization. So, and I will be joining you on explaining the three options, the three specializations you have in the SESyM program.
Then I will continue with a bit of practical questions and how you can apply to the program. And then you will have time to ask all your questions to all of us. And so we can start right now with the objective of the program. So the aim of the SESyM program, the European Master in Sustainable Energy System Management, is to provide you with the skills required for employment in the sustainable energy industry. You will specialize in business case analysis, in project design and implementation, and you will evolve in a multicultural environment. This is a 3-semester master program, so it's 16 months. You start with a core semester, providing you with the basis in the energy systems. Then you change, you go to another university to follow the specialization semester. You will have a choice between 3 different specializations. And the third and final semester is a project research thesis that you can arrange in a company or research center of your choice. And it's a 90 ECTS program starting in September and ending in December the following year. Who's who? So SESyM is delivered in 4 different universities. You can see them here, the logos. So for the core provider, you have the choice between on the University of Applied Sciences in Groningen in the north of the Netherlands, and Technological University of the Shannon Midwest in Limerick in Ireland. Then the choice for the specialization, there is ONZE again, there is OWEST in Belgium, and the University of Zaragoza in Spain. We have another partnering university, which is the University of Pisa, but you cannot study in Italy. They come during the core semester to deliver some classes in the University of ONZE. And then there is EUREC, the coordinator. So I will just tell you a bit more about EUREC, who we are. We are an association of research centers. You can see that our members come from everywhere in Europe, and they are all active in renewable energy technologies, but also in supporting technologies such as storage or grid integration. And what we do in the master is that we coordinate it. So in order to have an harmonized program working well between the different universities, we are in charge of the administrative coordination. So we are in charge of the application process. When you apply, you will apply via the EUREC master website, and you will be in contact with us, EUREC. We will remain your first contact point during the program. So for any question, we will always be there. And we also organize the steering committee meetings. So the steering committee is composed of 1 representative from each university. They meet regularly to talk about students, the programs, the syllabus. And so EUREC is organizing this. And we also communicate about the masters. So you will receive a newsletter. We are in charge of the website, of the social media, and we also organize some events in Brussels. So you will have to come to Brussels twice, at the very beginning of the program, to meet students from the other universities and also from the other master program that we have. And at the end of the program, to present the results of your project semester. A bit more details about the dates. So the core semester starts in September, beginning of September, or mid-September, depending on where you study, and ends in January, either in Ireland or in the Netherlands. Then from February to June, you will go to the specialization. And from June to December, you will realize a 5 to 6 months project in a company of your choice. A bit more about the project semester. So it's more or less 6 months. It can be anywhere in the world, not necessarily in Europe, but in this program, it is mandatory to travel in at least 2 different countries during the program, which means that if you choose on the university for the core, you can completely choose the specialization, which is also in this university, but then you will have to do the project anywhere, but not in the Netherlands. You can define your own topic for the project, of course, with the help of your universities to make sure that is what is expected from the master level. And at the end of it, there are some reports, and there is also this oral presentation in Brussels in front of a jury of 3 professors. At the end, you will receive a European Master of Sciences, which will be delivered by the core university, so where you register in the first semester. And EUREC will also deliver a certificate of equivalence between the 2 degrees. So this was for the overview, and now I will leave the floor to Corinna Vogt to talk more about the core semester.
Yeah, the core semester is, as Nathalie said, is 6 months. You spend them either with us or with in Ireland. And it starts off with these are the name of the modules. The ones that are the Hanze and in Ireland, English, they might be somewhat different, but the content is the same. You start out with exploring the energy transition, what is all the policy behind, where it comes from, why we're doing this, what are the stakeholders, and that sort of things. You will also learn about the technologies and how this energy system works, and that you don't go into the deep technologies, but you have to understand the concepts, and that's what you will hear about. You will also learn about the energy markets, the finances, and law. Yeah, but that's basically how you can build business cases, and what you have to also think about in the legal aspects if you talk energy. But and you will also have to learn a little bit about how to model energy systems, and then also going into the how you build them, how you also and not building in the sense of build, but just what are the stones and the key things that you need to worry about, and also how you can build your finances behind it, how you can make things profitable, and how you can use the various building stones of a system, and that's also part of what the business ecosystem means, is that you have to really, it's a system. You really have to look into an energy system approach, and not the technologies, the finances, the legals, the policy. You have to really consider every problem in that systematic approach. And as this is a Master of Science, you will also learn about research methodology, how to write a thesis, how to approach a thesis, and how to approach a research project in the first place. So, and as I said, you can do that with us at the Hanze University, which is in the north of the Netherlands. Nathalie said that already. You can see this red dot on Google Maps. In the Netherlands, so really in the north, but we're also close to the German border. We are sitting in this nice building that you see the picture below the map. It's and that is really all sort of there are lots of experiments there in terms of energy. There is an energy knowledge center there, and research center, which is coupled to the university. And that's where you will have your education. That's where also our projects are taking place, the labs and lectures. You have also excursion, and our education is based on real life cases, and then assignments, and on lectures, and then a whole mix of everything. And now I give the word to Tony, who will explain things.
Hi, thanks, Corinna. So again, Tony Mahan from TUS Midwest. TUS is the Technological University of the Shannon. We were formerly an Institute of Technology, the Limerick Institute of Technology. So if you look on our website, you can either look for LIT or TUS. You'll see the same buildings, same people. We're located, for those of you who are not familiar with Ireland, we're located in the Midwest of Ireland in a city in a city called Limerick. Limerick is probably the third biggest city in Ireland. It is located about 20 kilometers from Shannon Airport, which is one of our international airports. Very tourist area, very historic city. The city is divided in two by the river, which flows through the River Shannon, which flows through Limerick. We're very famous for sports, a lot of rugby. Thomond Park, if any of you know rugby, Thomond Park is one of the most iconic rugby grounds in Ireland and in Europe. So we're an English-speaking country, obviously. TUS itself is so we recently joined with another Institute of Technology, the Athlone Institute of Technology, which is also located on the Shannon, but is located right in the middle of Ireland. So the Shannon links the two of us together. So that's where TUS comes from. Our campus, the Limerick campus, has about 5,000 to 6,000 students. We cater for a lot of different specialities. So we have the Faculty of Engineering, which I am in that faculty. We have the Faculty of Sciences, we have Faculty of Business, we have the Faculty of Humanities, and we have the Faculty of Art and Design. We have a very famous art and design college here as well. As I said earlier on, the Department of Electrical and Electronic Engineering, that is where this UREC Masters is centered. But we will be depending on our colleagues in the Department of Renewable Energy, the Department of Business and Economics, Environmental Sciences, excuse me, the Department of Built Environment, and the Department of Mechanical Engineering. So we'll be drawing on the expertise from all those departments to deliver this Masters. So yeah, look, we're looking forward to it. We've been putting a lot of work in with UREC on this, and a lot of work with HANZA. So we're ready to go, and Natalie will explain the application process. So as I said, we are at the moment, we will be delivering the core 6 modules. We don't work with a speciality yet, but when it comes to a project, while you're here with us, we can help maybe give you guidelines on projects and things like that. So looking forward to seeing some of you hopefully in the near future. And if you have any questions, please put them into the chat, and I'll try and deal with them as best as I can. Is that okay, Natalie?
Perfect. Thank you very much, Tony.
Thank you.
So I will now leave the floor to Nicholas to talk about the 3 possible specializations.
Hello, it's Nicholas here from Belgium. So after your core semester, you have the option to choose from 3 specializations, and I will elaborate a little bit on the 3 of them. So the first is the System Innovation Management that's taught at the HANZA University in the Netherlands. Then there's a Sustainable Energy and ICT taught at HOWEST. Sustainable Energy Management taught at the University of Zaragoza in Spain. The first option is in Groningen in the Netherlands, and there you will learn to design, to develop, and manage the process of innovation. So it's really focused on innovation management. To successfully develop and explore viable, innovative business cases for complex renewable energy systems. So actually there are 5 modules. So the first module is about energy system modeling and applications. Secondly, there's energy infrastructure and renewable. Then there's the system innovation processes, which elaborates on the innovation processes themselves. There are some system business cases, like in economics and law. And then finally have the business economic system design. So the teaching will be done like in the core, and it will be done by lectures, laboratories, conferences, tutorials, and visits also. The second specialization is in Zaragoza in Spain. It's a little bit more south. If you like the sun, it can be a plus. So students are focusing there on sustainable energy management. So they will be able to provide viable and appropriate solution to effectively manage resources in a process, energy consumptions and investments of the organizations. It's a very important thing is this is a multidisciplinary approach. So you, as a student, you will be ready to lead strategics for the transition towards a low carbon economy. So the modules, again, there are 5 modules. First module is a socio-economic aspect of energy. Then there's a renewable energy markets. Thirdly, we focus on electricity and efficiency on energy markets. Fourthly, there's a system and tools for energy management, which we actually do the energy management. And lastly, there's a startup and management of energy services, companies and projects. The third and last specialization is a specialization in Kortrijk in Belgium. And this is actually the missing link between, let's say, sustainable energy and ongoing digital transformation. There are new devices use artificial intelligence or machine learning to maximize the energy savings. So overproduction will be stored in storage systems, and they will be used when there's less production of energy. So we sell the energy to others using blockchain technology. So you hear it, it has much to do about ICT and about digital transformation too. So there are 5 modules. The first module is energy audit module and dashboarding. The second module is about big data and Internet of Things. Then there's a module about and on artificial intelligence and machine learning. So don't be afraid of that module. We're not going to make programmers out of you, but you will learn the beginnings of artificial intelligence and machine learning in this. There's a module, smart grids, renewables, and storage that combine as electrical and thermal energy solutions. And lastly, there's a blockchain and security module that focused on security issues and administrative issues. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I give the word to Natalie again.
Thank you very much, Nicolas. So you've seen some details about the syllabi and of each semester. Now I will show you how to find more information on the practical things. So I will invite you to explore the SESyM website. It's easy to find. It's sesym.urec.be. And there are 2 main pages that you really have to explore. It's the FAQ, frequently asked questions. This is where you will find information on the tuition fee, on the scholarships, on I think the question that you will probably have during the Q&A session, but you can find all the replies online also after the webinar. If you don't find in the FAQ, you can always send me an email and I will reply. And then there is another page which is called How to Apply. So here you can create your account to apply. And once your account is created, you can access an application form. Don't access it right now, because the one you see now is the one from last year. So you can have an idea of how it is, what you will have to fill, the documents you will have to present, but the 23-24 application form will be available only as from January. In this page, How to Apply, even before creating the account, you have all the drawers to be open, where you can find the admission requirements, the education requirements, the language requirements for each university, all the documents that you will have to present, some details about the letters of reference that will be asked. So it's a very important page. On the same website, you can find a section called Alumni and Students, and there you will find some testimonials from former students. You will find a map with some ambassadors, so former students who are ready to reply to your questions via emails. You can find their email addresses here. There are some videos. You've seen one at the beginning, but there are several of them. There is a video gallery. And you can also find some newsletter, former issue of our newsletters. So this is also a way to find out what former students do now, their career. I've put some examples of some of them here. So of course, it's a multidisciplinary program. Students come from all over the world, and they have different backgrounds. So the career paths are very different. At the end of the program, you have some examples here of some students who became energy transition consultants, student who became an associate director at the Clinton Climate Initiative in New York. Roman became a project development in PV and wind in a company in Austria. There are also some students becoming sales engineers. So this is jobs that you could think of after the program. In case you are looking for a more technical engineering program, we have a second master program called European Master in Renewable Energy. So really more focused on the technologies themselves for electrical or mechanical engineers or math or physics students. And we have another webinar online open day next week. So you can also join this one if you want more information on our other program. Some students have backgrounds that could fit the two programs. You are allowed to apply to both of them, and then you will see where you're selected. And if you are selected in the two programs, this happens for civil engineers, for example, or industrial engineers, then you are free to choose the one you will prefer. After this session, I invite you to explore the website. As I said, the application form will be available as from the 15th of January only. You can follow us on Twitter. We put many information there. And here are the two email addresses of myself and my colleague Rafaela, who is also replying to all your questions if you have any. So I think it is time to open the Q&A now.
Perfect. Okay, great. That's when I come back in. Thank you already, everyone, for your great explanation and presentations, and for the audience joining in from different countries. I saw a lot of countries joining in. Great to see. Let's jump to the questions. Just to highlight that we can take, of course, the live questions now and answer them. But however, people that watch the recording, you can still write your questions in the question panel. Of course, we cannot answer them live, but they will be sent through to the staff of UREC, so they can still come back to you. So take advantage. All right, let's jump in. Reina Hane, if I say that right, asked, is there a scholarship for this course and what are the fees?
So I will take this one. So the tuition fee are for students coming from a European Union country are of 8,000 euros for the entire program, so for the 16 semester. For non-European students, they are of 13,000 euros. And concerning the scholarships, so they are different depending on the university, on your country of origin and the university you will apply to. So you will find all details on the website. Just a few things. UREC does not provide any scholarship, so there is not a scholarship system at the UREC level. But if you are, I think, an Irish student applying to TUS, you will have some bursary possibilities, so you will have to contact us directly to know more about this. If you are EU students applying to the university in the Netherlands, you will pay the Dutch statutory tuition fee, which is a reduction of more or less 5,000 euros. So at the end, you will pay for the entire program 3,500 euros. These are approximative tuition fee, and for this it's really better to contact directly the universities where you want to study. They have some scholarship possibilities for some students. It's not possible to have scholarship for everybody, but you can apply to try to get a scholarship. I hope this reply to the question.
I hope so too. Otherwise, let us know. Samuel was asking, will I have the opportunity to come with dependents since it's a multi-country system, and which of the countries are they allowed to stay? What can you say about that? Yes, it depends a little bit on his background, maybe. Who can answer this question?
I'm not sure. I don't know, Corina, maybe if you know.
Yeah, I don't quite understand the first part with the dependents. I mean, I know that if you get a student visa, you have no problem to go from one European country to the other European country on that visa, if that's the problem. But I don't understand what the dependence means, and I can't find the question back, so I don't know. So the student visa, if you go on a student visa, come at least to the Netherlands, you have no problem to go to a different European country. That is just a Schengen agreement. When you want to work somewhere in a different country, that is somewhat more difficult. You can still achieve it, but it takes a bit more administrative work. But that's for your individual student. Don't know. Do you think that answers
answering your question, Samuel? Otherwise, let us know. You can maybe come back to us with more details if you like. Question from Luisa. During the third semester, the project execute is normally done in person, which means relocated to the company's town, or is it done remotely?
Should I also take that? Because yeah, that is actually. Before it was you had to relocate to the town or the country of the company, but actually nowadays in sort of the after Corona life, it is somewhat more complex. So it's also possible that you only stay for a day or two per week in the country of your company, or you make it fully remotely. Usually we suggest you go there at least for a couple of times to visit and to have a look around it, around there, get the feel for this company also on a face-to-face basis. But in principle, nowadays, if the companies are okay with that, I mean, you also partly work for that company and do things for the company. It is mainly also dependent on what the company wants.
Okay, that answered that question. Thank you very much, Corina. Next question we received. So Samuel is asking, is it possible to have a more in-depth clarification about the specialization modules? They are very interesting, but to choose more info, of course, is required.
I guess that's one for me. But I have to, we have 3 specializations, and they're quite distinct. So the first one is focusing on innovation management. The second one in Zaragoza is really about energy management. And the last one at West is on the link between energy and ICT. Me personally, I teach and I'm responsible for the ICT and energy. So I can elaborate a little bit on that one, but the details for the other specializations you will be able to find via the website, or also if you ask the question again, some of these professors will come back to you. But the principle of working is quite the same. So if you enter with us in the ICT energy specialization, you do not require complete ICT knowledge. So it's a small advantage that you have some ICT knowledge, but we will learn that to you. And it's also not the the aim to make from you guys ICT people. We want to show you the link and the opportunities that are between ICT and digitalization and energy. And that's why we focus on. So we need to give you a little bit of programming examples for that. So for instance, if you look at the first module, energy audit, flexibility, and dashboard, that's actually already 3 things. So you have the auditing, so that's a practical exercise on auditing an energy audit. There's a flexibility, there's an explanation on the flexibility market and how that works. And eventually it comes to together into dashboarding. And dashboarding is making energy data visible, actually, for everyone. Big data and Internet of Things, well, that's a course about metering things, iCloud things. Artificial and intelligence and machine learning. There you get a course that is very close to our ICT courses that we give, but are made up to date for you guys, so you can easily access it and even try to understand how artificial intelligence can work in an energy environment. Smart grids, renewables, and storage, that's a combination. That's a big exercise, actually. So you get information on renewable energy and storage capacity, energy capacities, as well electrical thermal, but you will get a big exercise, a calculation exercise to assess that, really. And eventually blockchain and security is more like a theoretical course where you get the basics of blockchain. We cannot explain blockchain completely or make you a specialist, but we explain the importance of blockchain in energy and the future and energy flexibility. That's a little bit for the ICT specialization, but if you require additional information on the other ones, I'm sure one of the professors will get back to you to give you that information.
Indeed, and I've just put a link in the chat section of the website called Partnering Universities. You then click on specialization providers, and on each page in the teaching methods drawer, you have the syllabi detailed with explanation on each module. You're muted, Luc.
I'm sorry, yes. There we go. I'm sorry, I was just saying thank you, Natalie. Indeed, you will find the link in the chat. So thank you for that. We go on with the next questions. So Samuel is asking, for the last part of the master course, it is stated it's possible to make the projects everywhere in the world. Will you help the students in the process of finding a suitable project outside Europe in that case?
I will take this one. We help the students in finding the projects by informing our contacts that our students are looking for a project, but the main responsibility to find the project is on the students. So it is up to the students to find the host, the company, or the research center to welcome them. We can help with any paper needed. We can help you contacting some people, but it will be up to you to find the place.
Okay. Thank you, Natalie. And hope that answered the question for Samuel. Reinae asked, are there employment programs which may support female students which want to finance their studies and living expenses through working and possible scholarships? So I guess that's maybe...
If I look at the Netherlands, I don't. I'm not aware of one that is specific for women. So
actually, the same from Ireland. There's nothing specific for female students to finance, but there's nothing to stop people looking for some part-time work and stuff while they're here. Obviously, they will be busy with their studies. But if they think, as regards to a specific female program, not that I'm aware of.
Me neither, but So there are some external scholarship organism that can be tried, like the E8 scholarship, not specifically for female students, but good to apply to these ones. There is a list also in the FAQ of the website.
Okay, so in FAQ from the website, you will find a scholarship that you were referring to. Thank you for that. I can actually share a link maybe as well to a lot of scholarships that we have, that we know of. So they're general scholarships, but yeah, depending on where you're from, here's a link on the screen. So check that out maybe after the webinar. Okay, next question is from Fraser, asking, do you have any links with potential employers? You can say something about that.
I will just start from just experience. We have the majority of our students who find a job where they did the project. So possible employers are usually project providers, but I think universities have more to say on their links with companies around them.
Yeah, and for if I talk for the Hanze, we have partners that we have usually always 1 or 2 students or even more students per year there, and they then go on. Most of cases, they indeed, as Nathalie said, they go on and work there for a while, and but there are also students find the jobs and or the theses just on the internet or on LinkedIn or at some kind of conferences and that sort of thing. It's a wide variety. Yes, we do have partners, and we advertise also for, if they look for someone, then we advertise for that as well. But yeah, those links exist. But you can just as well also find something on your own.
And just to follow on from that, from Ireland, in Limerick, we're Limerick City, but in the surrounds there are a lot of industry plants and industry sites. And TUS has, for our normal undergraduate students, we always have work placements, and so we have a huge network of links with all the surrounding companies. So any students that will be here with us during the core, they could investigate. We would put them in touch with the companies locally here if that was suitable, and obviously the projects could come from that then. So yeah, there is a network of links here in Ireland, locally and further field in Dublin and Cork and Galway, the other cities in Ireland. Thanks.
And I think I speak for all the specializations that also the specializations have their own networks. So for instance, here we have our ICT networks, energy links, but also in Zaragoza or in Hansa, they have the necessary links that you can use, but you're not obliged to do so. You're free in your choice. And I think that can be an opportunity too, and try to choose your own project. But if you don't, we can provide links, of course, that help you find a suitable project.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. I hope that answered that question. Similar to that was Samuel actually asking about the projects, international organizations. Which ones are you linked to? Is there anything else you can say about that?
The same answer, I think.
Same answer, yeah, I assumed. Okay, thank you very much. Those were the questions we've received so far. So unless you still have a question, you can still take advantage. We have all these great people and here now with you, and so take advantage and ask any doubt you may still have. I did see that Balaji just wrote us that to join in late, and if it's being recorded. So I can answer that indeed it is being recorded. So if you join late, don't to worry. You can actually just stay on. So this session will, within minutes after it's finished, will restart, and you can then right away catch up and see the beginning. So, or even for people that if you want to visit it again, or you missed an answer, just stay on, and you can then watch it. And again, for people watching a recording, you can still write your questions. You can also do that. Also participate in the polling, as we'd like to hear from you. I see various people already answered the polls. Thank you for that. And we have one more poll question coming up soon. Just checking in if we have more questions. I think they were all answered. So then I guess it must be clear. Good. Well, then I have a last question for you. As we're about to round off the session, we'd like to hear how we did. So there you see on the screen a little polling. Thanks to let us know. Well, there it is, right there. You can give us some feedback on how you feel the session went. Thanks to let us know. We'd like to hear from everybody. And with having said that, let me check if there was more questions. Otherwise, I would like to give the last word over to, I guess, Natalie, maybe to finish off the session and give a last word to the audience. Thank you. You're on mute, Natalie.
Sorry for this. The poll was there. So I will just end up by thanking everybody, the speakers and all students attending. We hope to count you in the applicants for next year, and we remain available via email and questions on during this webinar. So thank you very much.
And there's the application procedure, just to leave you with that. And last but not least, I will put on a link to the student community as well. So all of you who are connected here in the session, you can actually chat between yourselves. We've created a special channel for all of you outside of the webinar, where you, well, maybe can meet up with people from your own country, help each other, to find housing or have similar questions. So the student community link will be joined in the chat in a second. So I'm posting it right now. And having said that, I'll leave you with a little video. So that's coming up now as well. Thanks everyone of all the speakers. I appreciate all of your time. Thank you, Nicolas, Corina, Tony, and of course, Natalie. Thanks everyone for your time, and all of the audience.
Thank you.
Hope to see some of you in the program. Bye-bye for now.
Much. We'll see you later.
Bye.
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 The Eurik Master is a three-part program that provides you first with an understanding of different renewable energy technologies, and then it provides you the opportunity to choose a renewable energy technology and specialize within it.
There are two masters. There is one business oriented one and one technical one.
Doing the Eurik Masters, it has allowed me to explore different renewable energy technologies and areas, and then select the one that I'm most interested in, and then work towards becoming an expert in that field.
This program was able to give me a European perspective, but also allowed me to listen to other students from outside of Europe to see what are truly the biggest issues and what are some of the best solutions to address them.
Be prepared for hard work.
I had just all positive experiences.
And be prepared to have fun also.
It's about human connection, about learning culture, and also about respecting diversity.
The relationship between the master and UREC was really close.
They have been very supportive. There's always an open door for us to clarify questions.
They listen to their students and they provide them with any help or tips that they need along the way.
They made me ready to enter the renewable energy world.